Hey everybody, welcome back. This is build video 21. We're also going to be doing build video 22 today, and of course I'm getting messages on Facebook while we're talking. Really did try and let everybody know that I'd be recording right now so that we wouldn't have that, but anyway, no big deal. So I did notice a couple things this morning while I was trying to get some work done, and that was that I didn't actually get all the faces done, and for that I apologize, but we're just going to go ahead and throw them in now, just for fun. Come on. Alright, so let's rotate her around. I think I'm using up all of my processing speed on recording and having the servers up. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're actually just going to match this with this. We really don't need a whole lot of detail there, to be honest. And since we're really not going to be doing a whole lot in here, we're just going to go ahead and slide it up on top of there. Actually, let's go ahead and slide it up here. That way I make sure that we're not going to be mucking it up any. And you'll notice that, again, the UVs aren't quite lined up the way they should be. But even if I kind of tab out real quick, this is the torch. And one of the reasons why I made it gold, I actually originally had it in this iron color, or this dark metal color that I did. And I didn't really like it because it reminds me a little too much of jean fabric. So I ended up going with this aged gold texture that I have. And I like the little cracks and everything. It adds a nice little detail effect. But one of the other reasons why I decided to go with the gold version instead of the hard iron version is because we have a lot of gold in the area already, and I want it to kind of match and add just a gold accent and ruby piece to these walls. So when we attach it to the wall, it'll probably go right about here on the walls. That way we can kind of have these little torch sconces along the way. And we can even put them around pillars. You know, so we can put one like right there and right there, and just kind of match them up. But one of the reasons why we're going to be manually placing all of these rather than just doing what's called a deep clone on the Hero Engine server is because they're not always going to be in the same place. For example, we're not going to have, you know, a bunch of torches along this wall. We are in an armory. Figure some of the weapons are going to have wooden handles. We don't want them to light on fire. Now, of course, unless we program it to light on fire, it's not going to. But all the same, you know, we got to figure if I have that logic, you know, 100 dwarves or so, or even just, you know, 10 dwarves who are probably in charge of this place, are probably going to think the same thing. Or even the people that built this place. So that being said, we're going to go ahead, we'll put one here and here, and we'll probably put some over on the entrance, and we'll put it on the outside as well. And yeah, we'll put it on like the flat here. Should be big enough for that, but we haven't scaled it yet. And one of the things that I want to note is that, well, no, stop. Okay. So one of the things I want to note is how. Oh, right, I haven't assigned material yet. So this is what it looks like without a texture, which we should have seen yesterday. But when we do put the texture on here, we're just going to go ahead and create a material real quick for it. UV, Alright, you know what? Fine. New image, open, save in the desktop for quick reference, down here, UV. Okay. Back over here. Okay, so it's the only one, so it should just be assigned. So we're going to go back into render mode, and you'll notice that it is incredibly flat, and I don't like that. There's no real separation. This all looks like one piece, and it should look like two. There's no separation. Again, the UVs aren't lined up perfectly with the texture, and we'll do that. I'll probably do that in between the videos, because what I want to do right now is we're going to go over to the main texture, and we're going to create a new layer, and that's going to be our overlay, and we're going to put it on the little detail pieces. And I will, of course, at some point reduce the specular effects so it's not so shiny. I can actually kind of do that right now, assuming that it will with me. There we go. I mean, I understand that it's gold and it's going to have some glare to it, but all the same. Ooh, no. Don't like that. Let's reduce that a little bit, see what happens. Ew. Well, let's put you back at 50. Let's just adjust you down here, shall we? Okay, that's better. Alright. Now I also haven't added the particle effect for the fire yet. I will be learning how to do that probably, I want to say tomorrow morning, because I have to be out of here by 11:30, so I'm going to get up early and take care of that. And yeah, so that'll be fun. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add just some of the side texture, and we're just going to go around here, around these rings. We're not going to really do anything here because we're going to have it up here, but we're going to go around the inside of these rings with that layer. So that should be fun. I've never actually done this before. It's something that I saw done, and I realized that that's kind of what we needed, was that extra little something. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to go right there. And turn off the wand tool. So let's see. There's very clear separation because that's ruby, so we're not going to do that. And this is just the ruby ring that goes around up here. Just a little accent that I threw in, but we do want to do that ring right there. So let's go to texture. Where are you? Okay, cool. So if we just do each of the rings individually, we'll be good. Whoops, not the face that I wanted. I want that one. Now you see what I mean about the X-ray view being hard to discern from... Oh, okay, cool. So those are the same thing. So as soon as I texture it the one time, we'll be good. And since I haven't really... I know I placed these yesterday, and I know I was just talking about how I sometimes run into problems with the texture because I kind of have my, okay, what the hell is that moment? And really between, you know, from day to day, it's really hard to remember exactly what I did where. Oh, and this is the texture for where the fire is going to go. We'll go back over there. See? And I think it came out pretty good. I did like the kind of molten look. So even if for some reason you do manage to see through all of the fire, this is what you're going to see. Which makes sense because it is kind of on fire. The inside portions here, we're going to blacken on the top part. And the reason why we want to do that is because it's going to have fire, it's going to burn. So we're going to kind of blacken this up a little bit. So we're going to have to use an overlay as opposed to a screen layer, because the screen layer, the neutral color is the neutral color on a screen layer is black, whereas on an overlay it's gray. See? So now we just fill it with the gray color, and we're just going to name it details. Little details, little details. And we're just going to reduce the opacity temporarily. We're going to reduce it down to... Yeah, that gives us a pretty good view. There we go. So let's go back over here. So on the rings, let's kind of go with something a little more against the grain. We want a little bit of a darker color, so we'll do that. Use the size of the brush a little bit more. There we go. Whoops. Select inverse brush. Alright. Yeah, we're going to need to darken that some more. Just going to go above everything. There we go. Whoa! Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but let's just pick our color back up and go back to work. Oh, I must have hit D on accident. Whoa, too much. Alright. So it's not really going to be the same all the way around. And I am kind of using a blurred brush to kind of take one of the steps out of it for me, so I don't have to worry about blurring it all together and how it's going to look, because it's already there. Alright, so we need to do the outer edges here. There we go. So we kind of need to do these edges here. Not this one, because this one connects to over here. So we're going to do the bottom here. which we should probably just do right now as long as we're here. We're going to kind of edge it a little bit. We're going to do the top. Zoom out for a second. Zoom back in. Right there. So I actually have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I guess we're going to find out. Again, I've actually never done this before. I did see a video on how to texture, but that was kind of a cartoony texture, and I wasn't really a big fan. There we go. Put some around the edges here. Too much. I'm also just doing this with a basic mouse instead of a Wacom tablet like I should be. Or a pen tablet, as some people call them. I prefer Wacom tablet, because that's my favorite brand of them. Probably shouldn't have a favorite brand, but I do. Until I find something better, at least. So we're going to go ahead and edge this one as well. There we go. We're going to edge this. I could have sworn I did that one. Oh, I turned off the ruby. My bad. So let's actually, let's remove that brush. See just how far down the rabbit hole goes. So 1, 2, okay. So we don't want that one. And we don't want the torch bowl. But we do want this one. We'll do that one. And we'll edge that one. And we will edge that one. These videos are probably going to be a little bit longer today, to kind of make up for the lack of videos that I've been doing because of meetings and stuff. And I'm actually going to upload both at the same time, and then I will probably end up having to link them from my phone. Let's see where we're at on time. Okay, 18 minutes, not bad. Alright, so let's edge you, and you down here. That was too much edge. Whoa. I don't remember how big these things actually are on the model. Alright, and some of these I've got to blacken up, and I will do that in a moment. Let's see, what are you? Oh, you're the front edge, so let's do that, that, and that. Just so that we have some continuity. Alright, I'm going to edge on you there. Let's reduce the size here a bit. Yeah, alright, that looks good. Now, try and remember what you are over here. There it is. Oh, no, I was wrong. That's the other thing. Where did you come from then? Okay, so that's there. That's fine. What are you? Clearly you are something. And this is the kind of stuff that I run into. Okay, so that's the back end over there. We're not really going to see that. You're right there. Okay. Yes, I know you. Oh, look at that stuff going on Facebook. Well, alright. So that's easy. Found it. It's the side handle over here. So that one's over there. And that one's right there. Okay, so brush. This is just going to kind of give us the impression that we're kind of oxidizing the gold a little bit. Alright. Cool. Alright, next thing. Let's just go ahead and slide on over. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to edge this down here, like that. We are going to put a little bit of a thing on here to kind of separate it from the rings. But we're only going to do it on the top because we're going to have that now. Ah, too much. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go over here. Oh, right, what am I doing? Can't edge the sides there because that is going to be over here. It's going to be attached to right there, so we can't really do that. Right, let's go back over here to Blender. Let's do this. I want to make sure that it's right on the line, or as close to it as I can get it. Should be right there. Back over into texture mode so that I can see this immediately once we upload it. Alright. Ah, wrong button. Alright, so let's go ahead and click everything back into place. Let's go back over here to iron. I know I haven't done the blackened section yet. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's turn you off for just a moment. really... I mean, it's subtle, but let's see how it looks. So let's go back over to Blender, open. Yeah, that didn't come out so bad. I mean, it looks a little much, but kind of adds to that aged look. Not bad. I think I'll keep it that way. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's see how it turned out over here. Just need to go a little bit more over here. Whoops, brush. Alright, we need to darken you up just a little bit more because you're not showing up at all. Bring it up just a little bit. Alright, so you know what, let's change you to a soft light. Let's see what happens. Don't like that. Hard light. Ooh, too much. Color. Oh. Oh god, no. Difference. Exclusion. No. Let's go back to linear light. Ooh. Ooh, way too much. Let's try a screen. Nope. Color burn. Way too much. Darken. Now let's just stick with the overlay. So let's save that. Control S. Save it as JPEG. Save. Okay. Let's see how this change looks before I commit to it. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Like that. You didn't get it. Texture, apparently. You did down there. How'd that happen? Oh, right. I didn't go all the way down. Whoops. Oh well. No biggie. It's not a big difference. You get the idea of the edge, and that's really the point. Yeah, cool. So, let's go ahead and get this thing scaled. Okay, go A. Now, if you're going to be using Blender with Hero Engine, like I am, I try to use this camera as my focal point, because the default selection for where the camera goes literally sits within 1/10 of a meter in Blender. So we want to zoom out a little bit, keep that thing right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's half a meter. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a meter. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So now that we're all selected and everything, we're going to slide her up to the middle, scale it up. I figure that this thing should really be no more than a meter tall. That should do it. And again, we're going to fix all these UVs later. It's not really high on my priorities list right at the present moment because we still have to resize our image and convert it to a Hero Engine file, or a DS. So we have the PSD. We're going to save the layers. Let's change the image size. No, what happened? Okay. You there, go away. Alright, image. Size. We want it divisible by 4, so we'll make it 500 by 500. We'll zoom back out. Now we are going to flatten the image. Yeah, discard the hidden layers. And then we're going to save this as our diffuse texture. D3D DDS. Okay. Now we're going to place it in the repository browser. Hero Engine, Ouroboros, World, Dwarven City, Textures. Get rid of the spaces because Hero Engine does not allow you to have spaces in the names. So _D, save, yes. And we're going to unflatten the image. And remove the Ruby. Nope, we're going to keep that. Filter, video tools, normal map filter. Let's see. I want a 3D preview. Let's see in a bit. Gosh, could that be any more obnoxious? Oh, right. Hold on. Cancel that. Merge layers, just for this. Filter, video tools, normal map filter. There it is, okay. I don't know if that's popped up or not, so we're going to check it right now. Yeah, that's a bit much. So let's reduce that down to 15. And check her again. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You don't need to be there. So let's go to File, Save As. And for normal height map, D3D, DDS, save. Save. Because those details really aren't important, that's just the coloring for the normal map. And we have our PSD saved on the desktop. So we could actually go back to that if we wanted to. Yeah. There's the PSD. So, make that go away. And I really gotta uninstall that other video capture software. It's just taking up space on my hard drive. So, now we're gonna go ahead and go over here. Hero Engine. Oh, right. Now we have to do the conversion. You know what? As long as we're here, let's go ahead and go to here. Over here. World. Hello. Thank you. Alright, so world, Dwarven assets, drag and drop. And I'm going to cut this video right about here, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.